Saan po makikita sa Bible na dapat ang mga babae magsuot lang ng palda? Kasi sabi po sa Bible, mahinhinang kasuotan. Hindi naman na-indicate doon na palda. Just asking lang po. This is the type of question na marami akong dapat i-clarify. We need to understand, first of all, the spiritual principle. Secondly is the historical and cultural context. And thirdly is the application of the text. So sa mabilis na sagot, the answer is found in Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 5. But I believe the better question is Deuteronomy 22 verse 5 applicable for today? That's the main issue. So konting disclaimer muna. Kung bago ka pa sa faith or hindi ka pa talaga umaattend ng church regularly, this may be difficult for you to understand. But don't worry, there will be a time that you will understand. So kung nag-i-start ka pa lang sa journey na maintindihan ng Bible, I suggest na i-revisit mo na lang tong video na ito in the future and go through ka muna sa foundational doctrine or core doctrine or basic doctrine ng Word of God. Kasi sabi sa 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 2 to 3 na ang new believers ay i-desire muna kasi para silang baby, yun yung ginamit na analogy, para silang baby na i-desire muna ang milk of the Word of God. Pero pagkasabi sa Hebrews chapter 5 verse 14 na ang solid food ay para na sa mga seasoned saint or sa mga matatawag nating mature na sa paglilingkod sa Panginoon. So lahat ng sasabihin ko ngayon, I'm speaking to those who are matagal na sa church and willing to understand kung ano ang sabi ng salita ng Panginoon kasi gusto nilang sundin ang salita ng Panginoon at hindi naghahanap ng justification to continue their disobedient life. So kailangan ko talagang i-clarify yung aking approach dito because I don't want to come across as legalistic. I believe that Christian living is much more than just wearing the right clothes. I believe na ating salvation is not based on our outward appearance, but it will be the result eventually of our salvation. So, yes, ang clothing is part of Christian living, but it's not the whole thing. It's not the main thing. It's not the totality of it. It's part of it, but it's not the totality of it. So I hope clear. Alright? Okay, so let's go. So sagutin natin ang tanong na ang Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 5 ay applicable pa ba sa ating panahon ngayon? Basahin muna natin ang Deuteronomy 22 verse 5 in New American Standard Bible. Deuteronomy 22 verse 5. A woman shall not wear man's clothing, nor shall a man put on a woman's clothing. For whoever does this thing is an abomination to Yahweh your God. So ano ang implication nito? This is God's standard for maintaining clear distinction between the genders. Ito po ay paggawa ni Lord ng standard gender distinction between men and women. Not only in physical, not only in emotional, but even in clothing. However, I'm sure na maraming mag-argue na ang Deuteronomy 22 verse 5 ay hindi na relevant sa panahon natin ngayon. So let's look at some of these objection. Objection number 1. Para lang naman yan sa mga Hudyo Para lang yan sa mga Jews. Ang sagot ay, yes, ang batas na ito ay under ng Mosaic law, under ng ceremonial law, pero yung principle ng holiness and principle ng Panginoon pagdating sa gender, it transcends time, it transcends culture, and ang standard ng Panginoon ay hindi nagbabago because God is a God who does not change. Malakay chapter 3 verse 6. Objection number 2, hindi na tayo bound ng ceremonial law. We are now under grace. That's correct. However, ang Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 5 ay hindi po under na tinatawag nating ceremonial laws, but ito ay under sa moral law ng Panginoon, which ito ang perspective ng Diyos, ang standard ng Diyos in regards sa gender distinction. At kung ano ang standard ng Panginoon sa gender distinction, noon, hindi pa rin yung nagbago ngayon. Kung ano ang abominable before sa Diyos, it's still abominable to Him today. Objection number 3, yung mga tao nga noon, yung mga lalaki nga noon, nakasuot sila ng robes. So, hindi na talaga relevant ang Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 5. Correct. Naka-robes ang mga lalaki doon. But if you study the ancient time, the culture at that time, iba ang robe ng lalaki, iba rin ang robe ng babae. So even though merong robe, merong distinction between robe na pang lalaki and robe pang babae. So I think this is how I will answer this. Ang principle ng Panginoon ay fix in this kind of text, Deuteronomy 22:5. God's principle is fixed, but the application is flexible. That is my take on Deuteronomy 22 verse 5. Again, take note of this. The principle is fixed, but the application is flexible. What do I mean by that? Well, because I say that the principle is fixed dahil pagdating sa New Testament, ini-implement pa rin sa New Testament na ang mga babae ay dapat ma-maintain ang modesty. 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 8 to 9, sinabi ni Paul that women should adorn themselves with respectable apparel, with modesty and self-control. So even in New Testament, hindi nagbago ang standard ng Panginoon. Kailangan ma-maintain ang gender distinction between the sexes. Pero yung application, however, is flexible depending on the culture. Let me give you an example. Sa Scotland, may mga lalaking nakasuot na tinatawag na kilt, and in their culture, it's gender appropriate to them na magsuot ng ganyan, even though para sa atin, it's strange. And I also remember nung naka-visit ako sa New Zealand, mayroon ako nakita mga Christian men na nakasuot ng skirt, but even the skirt na suot nila ay skirt pang lalaki. And in their culture, it's culturally appropriate for them. For us, it may not be appropriate for our culture, but in their culture, that is their means of honoring the Lord because it's their culture na ang lalaki ay nakasuot ng skirt. So maaring walang na-indicate na specific type of clothing sa Deuteronomy 22 verse 5, which I believe inalaw talaga yun ng Panginoon so that magkakaroon kasi ng iba't ibang culture all over part of the world. Pero yung principle dapat, although iba-iba tayo ng pag-apply na pagsuot ng damit, pero yung principle ng gender distinction and ng modesty ay dapat maintained. So again, let me repeat. Anong importante sa Panginoon? Number 1, ma-preserve yung principle. What is the principle? The principle of modesty and the principle of gender distinction. Hindi yan nagbabago from generation to generation. That should be preserved. Secondly, I want to emphasize that we as a Christian, we must also beware of hypocrisy. We can be modest, from head to foot, na maayos ang ating pananamit, but inwardly, in our hearts, we are hypocrite. So it's wrong to judge salvation based only on outward appearance at dahil lang naiba yung cultural context mo sa cultural context ng iba. Ang pinaka-importante pa rin sa Panginoon ay yung ating spiritual state. So I think in the future, magdi-discuss ako regarding sa topic ng pants. Kasi napakalawak po na topic ng pants kasi meron pong ugly historical origin ang pagsusuot ng pants. At kung ikaw man ay magsusuot ng pants, there should be a justifiable reason. Pero hindi natin ini-endorse that yan dapat ang attire mo for women as for everyday life, because originally pants are not designed for women. It's not designed for women. So I think we will talk about that in the future. So wala mang na-indicate na word na skirt or palda doon sa Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 5, pero during that time ang kasuotan ng mga babae ay nakadress at ang mga lalaki ay naka-robe. So I believe that Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 5 is still applicable today. The principle is fixed, maintain gender distinction, and maintaining modesty, but the application is flexible from different cultural contexts as long yung principle, again, ng gender distinction and modesty ay na-maintain. I hope that helps. Godspeed.